All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and change my spark plug wires out. When I bought them, I asked about the return because I didn't know if the wires were any kind of problem. But after watching this main video, let me show you right here where it shows that when the wires are looking like that's a problem. See, I'm thinking it's just on the inside down where it touches the spark plug. So just that by itself, because looking at the rest of the wires, I don't have any, so far that I've looked, I don't have any burnt spots where it's burnt back to the wire. So I've already changed my shortest spark plug wire and I drove it around the block. And what I might try to do is put one wire on at a time. Now, this is just me. I just want to see if I can tell the difference in which one might have been causing a huge problem. Now, what I'm going to do later on is probably go get a longer extension for the ratchet to use because I have one that fits. I put the spark plug in it. I might show that later on, but it's not long enough to reach down inside all the way. So I'm going to do each one at a time, and I might, while I'm out, decide to go get me an extension that goes all the way down in there. That's the only part that I'm going to have to get just to do that, so that's not that bad. If I had to go get a whole, set or anything like that, then it'd be a whole different story. So just getting an extension might not be that bad. All right, I'll be back. Oh, and the thing about it that I'm doing by putting the spark plug wires on before I even do the spark plugs, because I just want to see if there's a huge difference in how the car is driving the pickup, because that's really what I'm having a problem on. I'm not having a problem on the car starting up, no hesitation, nothing like that. It's just a point that it doesn't have that pickup, and I noticed the change in the pickup while I was driving it. So it's not like I parked the car, it was overnight or, maybe a couple of hours. No, I noticed it immediately. So that's why I'm going through these issues. So I'm taking these off one by one and I'm following them. I've already lined them up. I'll show you that in a minute. So I'm taking this second one off. And I just trace it back to pull it up. And pull it out. Easy peasy. And I'm going to show you real quick up against this wall when you have these lined up, how easy you can see the difference in the length from the longest to the shortest. And of course, I don't have the shortest one on here, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Okay, I went and got the old spark plug wire. So you can see in this, of course, you can tell which one is the old one. And you can see how much shorter it is than even the shorter one that's right next to it. So there's a difference, a big difference. And as you can see, you can tell the one that's the longest. So it's not that hard. So that is a step that I saw, which I was going to just take them off one by one anyway. But I still was going to have to see which wire, spark plug wire, was going to be the right size. But what I was going to do was I was going to bring it in and just line it up, lay them all out and line it up and just pick out the one that's the exact size. But to me, this does seem easier, more simpler. So anyway, all right, I just wanted to show you that real quick. And I'm about to go ahead and do the second spark plug wire. And I'm going to drive it around and see if I kind of noticed a difference when I did it with the first one. But like I said, I don't know if it's my spark plug wires or my spark plugs. And I do have one spark plug right now. That's how I was able to fit the tool on it to see if it was the right one as far as putting it on the ratchet. So that's out the way. Like I said, I just have to go ahead and get the extender. That's why, I already tried to do it, but it just wasn't long enough. All right, but I'm about to do this second one and I'll be back. Okay, I'm just going to pop this second one down in here. Make sure it's on real good. Go ahead and pull it back. Push it down in there. Then connect it back. And make sure you push them up good. So now I'm going to turn my car on. It's cold out here. For those that at this in real time, y'all better get ready for this cold weather. It's not even 40 degrees out here, and that's the high for today. So that's why I'm just kind of like, yeah. So I'm about to turn this car on, and I'm gonna go ahead and drive this around the block, and I'll be back. Okay, it's about to get dark. I'm about to go ahead and try to hit both of these wires and drive around the block before it gets completely dark. And then I'll go get the extension. But I'm going to go ahead and pull this one off. Now, I have kind of noticed a difference. And sometimes I'm thinking, oh, it's just wishful thinking. But this car not having the acceleration that I'm used to it having, and knowing what this car does going up hills, I didn't have any problems. Okay, I've got the third one off. I didn't have any problems going up hills. And where I'm from, there are hills. I mean, you got lots of hills everywhere. You can go from being on a flat road and then turn somewhere and you've got hills. And so that's one of the main things that I was having a problem with, was accelerating on hills and even having to turn down just to go where I was going because I wasn't able to get up the hill. But I'm about to go ahead and put this third wire on and drive it around the block and come back. Okay, putting the third one back on. And another reason to try to maybe figure out which spark plug wire is having a problem, so you can further look into why that one is giving you a problem, whether you fix it or not, or whether you take it to a mechanic and have to go deeper in on the situation. Maybe it's leaking all around the spark plug wire or the spark plug, whatever, whatnot. But that's the reason why I want to kind of see which one might be giving me a problem, so I can look into seeing further why it's giving me a problem. And it might just be time to change the spark plugs and the spark plug wires, however it goes. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to turn the car on and drive around the block again and see if I notice even more of a difference. So I'll be back. Okay, this is the last spark plug wire that I need to change. And the small amount of area that I've covered with just changing three spark plug wires, I have at least like two hills that I have to go up. So that's why I can go in such a close area and kind of see some of the difference, if I can see any at all. So the thing is, I really feel like I see a considerable amount of difference on how it's driving now, because somebody had to back pull in their driveway and I had to stop at the top of the hill which I was like, okay, it's been doing okay even without changing any of the spark plug wires. But I knew that at that time I could probably really tell a difference because if I didn't have to struggle going from one, because this is a stick shift, going from one at the top of a hill, and it was a big difference. So this is the 4th spark plug wire that I pulled out, the last of the ones on this car. And I'm going to see real quick. What I'm going to do is drive it around, but I'll probably go ahead and keep driving. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in, and if I have anything else to say real quick, I'll go ahead and put that in. But otherwise, I'll probably end this video and just do a part 2 if it's necessary, because most likely, even if it's driving decent with doing all 4 of these spark plug wires, I'm probably still going to do the spark plugs like I was already saying. So all right, I'm about to go ahead and put the 4th one in and drive around and probably go get some things done. All right, putting the last spark plug wire in. I'm really hoping to see a huge difference, maybe, but it's already doing, you know, having a lot more pickup than it was at all. I mean, this car was really struggling. I just know, I just know how to drive in situations, and I got used to driving it the way I did. Now, the way I was driving, to some people in some situations you could tell the car was struggling, but in some situations you probably barely could tell. Because by the time it got up to maybe 3rd or 4th gear, I could still drive on the interstate. That's how, it would do okay. By the time it got up to 4th gear and in 5th gear. All right, I'm going to make sure that I've got all 4 of these pushed in. And I'm about to get on the road. So the other thing that I'm going to throw in, the tools that I have to go get things for, I learned my lesson to go ahead and take them with me. It's nothing big. Instead of leaving them at home, and then I've had so many times that I've had to come back home and get something or change it to another size. So I'm just taking it with me so they can see which extension I already have, so I won't by far get the same size, because I need a pretty long one to go down in that well where the spark plugs go. So all right, like I said, I'm gonna end this video. I tell you what, I'm gonna pause it, turn it on, and you might not be able to tell the difference, but I'm gonna turn it on and let it run for a second like I've been doing before I pull off. Okay, I got the car running. I can't really, for the most part, tell the difference. The only time that I can tell the difference is when I actually drive the car. So I hear a little bit of it sounds to me like dealing with the exhaust. But this is what I'm gonna do. I had bought an air filter for this car, but of course this was not the regular air filter. I might end up taking this one out before I actually go buy another one and clean it out, just to see if that makes a difference at all too. So, but anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and ride it and see. I'll probably drive on long stretches where I can see how it really does, and driving in and out of traffic, because that's another place that I had to struggle with. Instead of me actually getting over or making moves that I normally would have done with no hesitation, I couldn't do it because I knew I couldn't take a chance. All right, I'll probably make, like I said, I'll probably make another video.